I know from since morning you have been hearing past tense, we were doing this, but this is the session where you're going to hear now, we are, the present tense. So thank you so much. So we have 3 panelists here. Ashin Tanui, she's a 1.1 student, heading to 1.2 next semester. And then we have Corazon Adhiambo, Jen. She's going to 3.1. And then we have our senior here, Bernard Uma. He's transitioning. I think he's done with his 4.2 exams. He's waiting. I think he's the one who can answer how many days we have to graduation, the countdown. So since we have time constraints, I'll head over first to the first person, Ashin. Ashin, what drew you to come to Kabarak University? And if there's anything that you're going to explain that really drew you to Kabarak University, has Kabarak really proven it? Has it really given its promise that you expected it from? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. My name is Ashin Chepkoskei, a 1.1 student. It is an honor to sit before you. Yes, I believe Kabarak University has met its standards and my expectations when I first arrived. I believe I'm not the same person 3 months ago. I have experienced growth, I have experienced change, both academically, both personally. And academically, I will point out the new curriculum which we are going through. Units such as personal and social skills and digital literacy have really, I believe it has challenged us as students to look forward to the demands of the legal profession. I'll also say socially, the interactions with my seniors who are above me and lecturers has really been appealing. Especially the lecturers, when they give us snippets about their journey and their court experiences, it has really been motivating. And yeah, and also through there's a group called Canon Bound, which I believe most of us are in there. When students are being posted about the achievements they have done, projects, different things they're doing, it has been very motivating. Since I see myself like you'll be recognized in this profession, and also it has just given me an upper hand of what to expect as I continue. So yes, I believe Kabarak has met its standards and its vision of academic excellence. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashin. So thank you for that. So Corazon, our 3.1 student, how will you describe your experience in law school, either academically and also socially, as a 3.1?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening again. Praise God. Praise God again. My name is Corazon Jane, and I'm going to 3.1. We were the first cohort to start the new curriculum. I'm supposed to tell you my experience. So I'm telling you that we are the first cohort to start the new curriculum, and our experience has been amazing because first of all, we have an amazing dean. Professor Ambani is really amazing. He's really supportive, and he's the one that brought about the new curriculum. And so in our first year, we were able to do the personal and social skills for lawyers. I'm sure the older students did not do the personal and social skills for lawyers, but our cohort, we got to do the personal and social skills for lawyers. And also there was data literacy, data science for lawyers, and data literacy for lawyers. So we are conversant with some of the things that the people before us never got to do. Right? So we have an amazing team. They say that iron sharpens iron, and we have the most amazing lecturers. We've been taught by Mr. Magina. He was our evidence teacher. And I tell you, we are being trained well. This is a top-notch university. Like, I've really enjoyed my experience. Usually, I tell my friends or I tell my parents that God only resides in Kabarak, but he visits other places when need be. So we are at a very amazing place, and we have an amazing team, lecturers. I have really enjoyed my stay here, and I know that it will be an amazing journey. We are going to 3.1, and we are looking forward to amazing things ahead. So far, I've had an amazing experience. Thank you.
And thank you so much, Corazon. If you know Corazon from Canaan Bound, she's the girl who always writes Ali Polmore. I don't know what's the meaning of Polmore, but maybe the Luas can tell me. So to our last and our senior here, as you answer how many days you have to graduation, you can also tell us what has been your most challenging moment so far and how did you handle it? And after answering that, you can also tell advice. What will you tell to our first year who just joined or who is our first year here about what Kabarak is here to give? Award her in the life.
Thank you very much. Generally, Ouma is a very rare name. I'm most of the times known as Ben Omwando. Those who find it difficult to pronounce Omwando would look for a shortcut in Ouma. I joined Kabarak in the year 2019 together with the likes of Marion, there is Anne, Taita is also here. And my first experience was a very funny one. This is my second degree. I did my first degree in computer science. I graduated about, the difference between my graduation then and 2019 is close to almost 10 years. Second to that, I was coming back to school, one as a husband to one wife, and a father of 3 young boys. By the time I was joining Kabarak, my firstborn was also joining Form 1 in Utumishi Academy, where I still serve as the chair. Most interestingly, when Judge was talking about advocate, the late advocate, Getanda, is part of the team, part of the friends that advised me to pursue law here. Charles Marube Getanda, he passed on after battling with cancer. The wife also died, I think, last year. So coming to Kabarak, a number of things happened. Meeting guys who are very young, very beautiful girls. Apart from this, I'm struggling to gel. So if they can remember the first week, this story, kutembea, classes hazijaanza, and I had to walk around. So I told one of them, Stephanie Suleiman, that ambaye alikuwa msichana wa my neighbor and a good friend of mine. Ukisikia wamesema classes zinaanza uniambie, because I was also balancing class and work. So Stephanie forgot that she was to call me. Ananipigia simu class kama imeanza, and I had to drive all the way from town to class. Kuingia class, the first class, tulikuwa tunafundishwa na Mr. Ngure, Counselor 1. So nimeingia, tuko Kilo 5, watu wamejaa, I don't know anybody apart from that young girl. So I sat at the back, and because traditionally I knew that lawyers wanavaa suti. Nimevaa suti mpya na tie ya red na nimeweka pocket. So I sat at the back. Mr. Ngure was looking at me na naona anajaribu kutetemeka, anajiuliza what is happening. So in class ikiisha nikamfuata and I told him, "Sir, I'm sorry I came to your class late." Na akasema, "Wow, nilifikiria ni supervisor amekuja kuongea." So then it started on well. We moved on well. Moving fast, among the challenges that I experienced, I think this is also good for another story. Professor Mbani, I also met him before he came to Kabarak. We met in some function in Machakos together with him. I'm also politically active, so we had a political function in Machakos. And he also has some serious political ambitions. He may not have said, but that is him. So one of the main challenges ni kwamba some of us have to balance between class, work, and family. And we have, some of my lecturers are almost my age mates. You have to sit down, and a time comes when they need to come up with this thing that is very common in our universities, that they had a lesson. I traveled all the way from town, came for the lesson. The lecturer refused to come, or because of other reasons, he or she didn't come. I have to travel back without attending a class. I have wasted money. The judge talked about money. And then they have to bring in a makeup class at their own convenience. I'm saying at their own convenience because sometimes inawekwa jioni 7 na imeandikwa class rep wetu ameandika class ni 7. So I have again to organize myself. I don't stay within, I stay in Ngata. Going to Ngata, I have to go to town, then again from town I move through the highway. I remember the last part of it, and which I think I would want to, I don't know whether I left Mr. Kubai here. Sometimes I used to negotiate with him when they're coming up with a timetable. And that timetable in most cases informed which units I took. Because like the last semester which I did between January and April, I had classes on Monday and Friday. And the reason being because I was working on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So one of the lecturers made up a makeup class on a Tuesday. I'm in Elgeyo Marakwet. So the best thing, I've practiced the habit of formal communication. So did a mail requesting that I'll not be able to attend. And the worst part of it is that that same day, that makeup class was not just one class, 2 classes. You can imagine the 80% class attendance. Already 2 imeenda on one specific day. So you have to jog, have to jangle. But the best part of it that I would also want to appreciate, that I came to Kabarak and nikapata lecturers that understood me. You approach them and wanakwambia, don't worry, we'll see how we can sort that. And that in itself has seriously worked for me. What I would advise the 1.1s, one, I have developed some, from my previous experience, I think that has also helped me. Because one, I'm one guy who takes cuts very serious. In fact, I always have a target of having at least 25 out of 30 in cuts. I remember one day Marion B is here. We used to be given some group work, tunaenda tunafanya, mnakutana pale library, one of the members is not coming. Siku ya presentation, you are seeing a strange face. It was taught one. And I apologize for that girl. I think she graduated. I just said to the lecturer, I don't know this girl. Sijamuona in all our groups. Alafu ameweka amejaza jina yake na kalamu. And I said, I don't know you. I've been coming here and I've not seen you in any of our groups. So I think the best advice would be maximize on your cuts. Number 2, confidence comes in when you're able to attend class earlier than the lecturer. If you're able to maximize on those 2, because one, like for example, if I have my 25 in cut, definitely nikienda kwa exams, nimeshaona nimepunguza burden. So even if I were to get 20 out of 70, zile stories are progression ama whatever, ama retake already nimeepa. And I think that worked well. That worked well for me throughout. Thirdly, usingoje kutafuta marks zako after 1 year. Marks ikipotea, nasemanga marks ikipotea tafuta saa hiyo. Mimi ukitaka marks tafuta saa hiyo hiyo. Wachana na story eti you will write email later on. Mimi nafuatanga zangu saa hiyo. And that has well assisted me. So I can definitely confirm, I don't know how many days are remaining. I'm not so much excited about the graduation date. I don't know how many days are remaining, but I'm sure I'm graduating on the 19th of December. With cumulative, I've tried. I have 64.5. So I think that is okay. Yes.
Thank you so much, Prof. I refer to him as Prof because he calls his name, himself in that.
They call me Prof.
Prof?
Yes, they call me Prof.
Oh, so that's nice. So thank you so much, Prof, for that wonderful, inspiring story. And so I think you've come to the end, and thank you so much. So. Oh, thank you so much. One thing I'd love to tell the first years is that, and the new curriculum, I think law school, Kabarak Law School has implemented the new curriculum in a very nice way in that they moot their examinations, and that builds that spirit of mooting. And so when they're coming to third year, they don't struggle. When they bring in moots, they don't really struggle. Unlike those who are in the old curriculum where you have to force yourself to the low mood society and everything. So thank you so much. And to Prof, he always makes me a joke of me that he can make a good father-in-law of me because his son is the same age of me. So, thank you so much.
And do you accept? Or that's to be discussed in future. Sawa. Let's clap for this panel. Very confident people. We love to see it. If there's one thing I think I've learned from this panel, and having interacted with Prof, because we joined with him in 2019, sometimes the journey may take long, but try and finish, yeah? He's now graduating this year. It's taken long, and we're so happy for you. So now we are now wrapping up. We are finishing. The day has come to an end, and we now want to just, yes, please help me. And we now just want to finish, and there is no better way of finishing other than talking about the future of Kabarak. And the Dean has something brief just to tell us about the future of Kabarak. And as he comes, I had this idea in mind, which I will just front. So if any of you has a desire in their heart, because I know not all of us can get to talk right now, right? But maybe there's something that you want to tell a student. I'm gonna call it notes to the students, the current students. So you have permission to email. Malenia wants to speak. You have permission to email deanlaw@kabarak, no? deanlaw@kabarak.ac.ke. If you want to do a note to the current students, you want to tell them something, or you want to say something, feel free to do that. Yeah, that way, kila mtu atakuwa amesema yake yote. I now invite Prof. Makofi.
I am back. Second coming of Ambani, isn't it? I was here before. Poleni, actually, you're very good people. You persevering all this, the rain, the noise, the speeches. We're just coming to an end. I've decided because of time, I will not speak. I was meant to talk to you about what has happened here in the last 4 or so years since I came. But I think I'll just show you pictures, isn't it? And then I'll tell you what we're going to do next. That was a conference that led to a book on devolution. Who knows what's happening here? Same conference. This was a children's rights moot court done by Kabarak. Then we also launched that volume of the journal at Movenpick. You see how expensive we can be? So, some of the guests there. That was the panel in that conference on children. And then we launched the journal. This professor is in the Children's Rights Committee at the African Union level. This Ms. Mungai, this is Justice Ngenye for those who practice. Here was another conference on mental health. We eventually launched the book we have done here on mental health, this one at the center. So that's Justice Ngenye giving her remarks. Oh, Lorraine, you see yourself. Professor Willie Mutunga joined us here as a professor and has given an inaugural lecture already. So you'll see me in a number of photos. We've done a lot of debates with Willie, with Willie since his arrival. That's Justice Maraga. He was a guest of honor in one of our book launches in Nairobi. That must be the museum. Eventually, we granted him the honorary degree. So everyone has come here. That's me in that book launch at the museum. That's the panel in that particular conference. Same event. This is Gautam Bhatia, one of the leading constitutional lawyers in Uganda. You can see I have the same clothes. Sorry, I don't have many. So, okay. Gatia, Mutunga had I think we had a debate here on the Constitution under the Avid Readers Forum. That one is the man you've been talking about, all of you. I don't know why. I can see some people who left. That's Cedric. Cedric before he became something. Justice Mutunga there. This is a book launch for Githu Muigai's book, which we published here. That's Ms. Muigai and the late Feroz Noriji, Ms. Muigai and the Chief Justice. That's the book published here by ourselves. The VC taking juice. I don't know why he didn't see the other side. Actually, this Nairobi club, it was a nice bar right there. But we took juice there. Same launch. That's Chief Justice again in our launch. Same launch. Yeah, same book launch actually. What is happening here? Oh, yeah, the entire judiciary came here, and Jesse Nyagaka was here. This was the AJS annual Alternative Justice Conference, and the Chief Justice came as well, all the way to my office, as you can see. Actually, she worked from my office. She worked from my office for an entire afternoon. Yeah. Justice Madeka, if you know. If you know, you know. That's the President of the Court of Appeal, Guy and his wife. Who hasn't come here, by the way? Who is important that hasn't come here? You are here. If they have not come here, they're not that important. Yeah. Nadia is here also. Nadia is one of our students. That was AJS. AJS. Oh, do you know who was visited? Ole Sapit, of everyone else. He came all the way to our offices, and then we took him around. Oh, me and my girls. Yeah. You know the advocate? Gumbo? That was Liver's dinner. Your dinner. One of the worst we've had around. Yes. Yes. That is Madam Dean, Associate Dean, and that is Ngumi. Ngumi is a partner in Njarwala. Came for one of the dinners as well, as chief guest. That is what? AJS, we chomad nyama outside there, where the rain is trying to deny us. But rain is a blessing, it's from what I can see. Naimeisha, you can go back. I think the pictures are repeating. You can just see through those pictures that a lot has happened. And we'll also take you through the timelines of some of the things outside there. We'll also take you through the school just to walk around. When you are eating, you can feel free to walk around and see what has happened in the school. I've instructed my crew to make sure that all the doors are open. The next phase for me, and then I can leave the scene, is going to be to introduce master's programs. And that's where I need to answer you. I'm hoping latest January we'll have 3 master's programs. Thank you. Thank you. Launched in this university. One is going to be Master of Laws in Judicial Science. Thank you. There's none like that in the region, none. And we're doing it together with the Judicial Training Institute. We are doing it together with Katiba Institute, then with the University of Cardiff. And we're getting experts from the judiciary. Some of the professors will be from the judiciary itself. They will be given special license to teach at the university. We'll get people from across the world, top-notch academics. Trust me, nothing like that on this African soil. So if you're looking for a top-notch master's, Stop crowding in the University of Nairobi in a class of 500 people. You're wasting your time there. Come where you'll see top learning. That's one. Second, Ati? We don't have time unless they ask. Kadima knows. Second is a master of laws in dispute resolution. The first, that will have two categories. Initially we had combined, but after doing some validation, we were told to think twice. And I think I'm convinced personally that it has to be split. It was just supposed to be dispute resolution. And we're combining ADR, arbitration, mediation, negotiation, all of them at a conciliation in one program. What we've been advised to do is to split. So one is going to be international commercial, arbitration, and then the other one is going to be mediation and negotiation. So there will be two LLMs in dispute resolution. But for the other one, our consultations show that nothing stops non-lawyers from doing them. So if you have friends who are not lawyers, they could still come and do. So long as on graduation they won't get a Master of Laws, theirs will be a Master of Arts. Okay? Master of Arts if they are from an arts background, or Master of Science if they are from a science background. So they'll get Master of Science, dispute resolution, mediation, and negotiation. That's how it's going to be. For that one, we want to try a few things in the last quarter of this month. We'll try a few courses that could lead to points in the program as we work with CLE to get the accreditation. Then in January, hit the road running. Some people could already have points between now and December that will combine for their master's degree. So if you see us calling for a short course on mediation or negotiation, just know that's the game. You could already collect your units there, your points there. That's what we are looking forward to. I might just hibernate for 2 months. When I show up in January, there will be 3 programs for lawyers and an additional one for non-lawyers. Do I make sense? So that's the next phase. Karibuni, as alumni, you're welcome. I discussed with the VC what you had asked. I think you asked Nairobi, will you get discount? I think yes. He said if we get a critical mass of you coming as alumni, we give you a proper discount. In terms of delivery, I think I already talked about faculty, top-notch, worldwide faculty. I've already been talking to people across the world in all these areas I mentioned. They will come to teach here. Not just anybody will teach on that program. It will be the most important people in those programs, in those areas of law. In terms of delivery, we're going to use a number of ways to deliver. I don't know how to go by technical terms, but it's going to be what you call physical, a bit, very, very, very little. You will have to come here for 1 or 2 sessions, maybe in a quarter, maybe once in a quarter of a year, and maybe just once in a year you might be asked to come physically. Others will be online, others will be blended. There are technical terms like that, if you know. There are situations where we'll give you material beforehand, you read, you watch certain things. We'll be able to know whether you've watched. There are programs to ensure that happens. And then you come for just maybe a week to discuss what you've been doing away. So it will be a variety of delivery methods. The idea is to allow you to continue your work, but also study and still not compromise the quality of the degree. That's how it appears it's going to be. Because of that, I think it will be a year or a year and a half, then you are done with your master's program. I think I could take any question on that because the Reverend is here. He's then going to pray for us. Then we have our nyama. Our nyama inaungua. It was ready like an hour ago. Thank you. Yeah. Any question to me? Anyone willing to join me? I'll make sure it will be far more superior to the one at Strathmore and perhaps half the price. So, yes.
Prof, maybe we were asking what will be the cost or what's the estimated cost?
We don't have the figures yet. Mm-hmm. It has to be approved at other levels. Okay. But I can assure you, I know the price at Strathmore is 1.5 million, 1.6. UN, I think, is around 800, 900,000. I'll ensure it's cheaper than both, but I'll also ensure that it's the most serious quality. Like we are doing with the undergrad. Yeah, thank you. That will I'll ensure. But like I told you, the VC has said that if as alumni you come as a package, so you come like 10 people together, we'll give you proper discounts. Cynthia? Kabarak Alumni. We're going to communicate that in our networks. Ms. Magina, I think you have a way of communicating so that it doesn't leak to other people. Well, there's a discrimination, but you see, we just want our alumni to get special permission. So yeah, it will be cheaper than anything on the market, but unmatched, trust me on that one, by anything in the region. Yeah.
Another one here? Another one here?
Yes. Where umefika Master Square?
Ningoje mpaka niulize.
Yes.
So I'm asking, will they be physical classes or hybrid?
Yeah, yes, physical, so that people see a university once.
Then can we also join?
Like for example, yes, if you work, I'll tell you how to do it. Yeah, I'll tell you how to do it. Any? The way it's going to happen is maybe so that you can see how you can join. Some of those things will be. Hey, where's Melissa? She's not here. You were there. Stackable. The word we are using is stackable. Do you understand? You will do, for example, in mediation, we can give you a 2-week course on mediation, a thorough 2-week course on mediation. You can get a certificate and go home. You can combine 3-4 courses, and then you get something and go home. You can combine several others, then you get something like maybe a diploma and go home. And then if you get everything, including a thesis, you get a master's. So it will be possible to just do an aspect and go home. You understand? That's how we are. They're stackable. Each unit can be broken down, and you can take away something from it. The idea is that at any point you drop off, you can go with something. Yes.
And what are the qualifications for joining the master's program?
The usual one, we only follow the law. The COE requires that the minimum is a degree, undergraduate degree. If you have second upper and above, direct entry. If you have second lower, some 3-4 years out in the market. But if you have a diploma like Kenya School of Law, then of course, all advocates, even if you are second lower, you have a diploma, you are allowed to join a master's program. So all of you here really can join a master's program. Yeah.
I have a question for the master's students who don't have a law background.
Yes.
Will they be sitting in the same class as the law students?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they will. The only thing is that their degree will not read LLM, to read MCS or MA.
So won't they be having problems following with the legal students?
The only course they will do is mediation and negotiation. But there are already many people out there practicing as mediators. They're not lawyers. And I'm being told the training is terrible. So why don't we give them proper training and qualifications, then they can practice. Yeah. They won't do arbitration, that's very legal. They won't do judicial science, that is too technical for them. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, it is, yeah.
Prof, good evening.
President.
How are you?
Angima.
Yeah, sir.
Thank you.
Nimerudi Kabarak.
Karibu.
Asante. My name is Barak. So I just want a point of clarification on what you mentioned. Let me first commend you. This is so brilliant and very, very brilliant. Thank you for this, Prof. On now, the issue you say that you can get, I think it's somehow cumulative. You can get one.
Yes.
Is it a certificate, then maybe a diploma, something? Then
yeah.
Thesis, then master's.
Then, okay, actually, certificate, you can get something like executive masters.
Yes.
One of I was, for example, at the beginning in Strathmore when we began the masters, then people are stuck, they can't do a thesis. Most advocates can't get the thesis, I don't know why. At that stage, you can get an executive master's and go. The day you come and complete your thesis, you get the whole degree LLM.
Okay, so
you understand?
This means like you can do a portion, then
yes.
maybe you can.
Yes.
Some people can disappear for 2 years.
Yes.
If you come back, you just continue.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
You can do a portion, go back, a portion, go back. But every time you go with something. Do I make sense? Yeah. So a combination of several things, then you get LLM. Before LLM, there's executive masters. Yeah. Thank you. I hope I have answered all the questions on the floor. Again, since I won't come back here to say anything, nimeshukuru sana. Thank you very much for coming. Kwa kuvumilia. And now it's our time to listen to the word of God, and then we can go and eat.
Yes. I don't want to say many things, but si amefanya kazi. Si anaendelea kufanya kazi. Prof, we give you your flowers. Amen. May God continue to bless you. May God continue to bless you. And the thought process that you put to this, because some of these things you talk about them in your office, and many people who have visited Prof, his office is always open, and he'll tell you, I'm thinking, I want to do this. In fact, the writing of this vision and mission, you were discussing with me when I was president of the KULSA, and I was just wondering, this man is really thinking about this. He would come and tell me, I'm thinking I put these words like this. Then I tell him, yeah, this ones look nice, this looks perfect. The next time I come back, you have a different variation. And Prof, you really think through everything, and you really try to execute with so much diligence. We don't know what else to give you. Thank you for carrying the legacy of the school. May God bless you, and may God bless your team, the faculty. Now we want to move to...
Sorry for coming in late. Just a few announcements, because I know once Provost you take over, you are concluding everything. We are hoping to have 2 sessions, which we are organizing as you are coordinating committees. First one, after this, we are supposed to organize for our alumni dinner, correct? Yetu uko nje, correct? We are hoping to have it, I think, between the month of November or December. We'll communicate the dates once we sit as our coordinating committee and agree. Then we are hoping that next year, I think between March and May, we should be having our first AGM.